game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Bears and the Buccaneers next on EA Sports.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida and the final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And he returns this to the 22. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the 8th-year passer, 2-time Pro Bowler from Mississippi State, Dak Prescott.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's 2nd down. Prescott. That's caught by the rookie Jaden Reed. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. You look at this Bears defense. They played extremely well last week in that win over the Packers.
I lost count of the number of turnovers that were occurring in that game. Did. Right? I mean, I had a clicker going after a while. 5, 6.
And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Still on his feet. Not only a fumble loss there, but a fumble lost on your first drive in your own territory. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Previous play is under review. After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And that's out quickly to Chase. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, and I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time, and a first down. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. A look at the numbers last week for Edwards. 14 carries, 51 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and to the lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. The numbers for him from a week ago. 6 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And Walker has it. The Bears at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of the home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
Now a play fake here on first down. Flush to his right. Oh, some strong running, and he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. But Charles, in the past, a lot of people called this offense one-dimensional.
I think you did.
Well,
I think it was you.
I'll be honest, I did. I think the fan base is hoping with this young rookie that they can put some wrinkles in this offense like we just saw.
I think you're exactly right, because we did have that discussion that what we've seen in the past from them, they needed to broaden, and they have done it here. Look at what he's bringing to their offense, and now as a defensive coordinator, you've got some extra work to do to prepare for him and their offense.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a touchdown. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Keyshawn Nixon now going to bring it out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. Right now, they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it, and if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Prescott on first down. He'll go over the middle to Reed, complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. Up the middle, here's Edwards. And this is going to be a Bucs first down as good running gets him to about the 44. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 12 more yards there and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Miles Murphy in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Prescott now on 2nd down. Got a man open. It's Chase. So he stopped for no gain. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, Prescott stripped. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Pushing through the contact. Yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 46-yard line.
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they're on the heels of that nice win last week over the Packers. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Shakes, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on second and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A nice throw right there. And, Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious.
Describe Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. Second down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
But when you go from 2nd to 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Joseph. And a dangerous throw there. Incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete.
Touchdown! Trey McBride. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Unit as they run up and send this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. They're certainly in need of some kind of points here before the end of the half. A field goal or something, being shut out right now. They can really use some momentum before they head into halftime. Throw left side complete to Chase. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Prescott. Another one into the hand. And a loose football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Spinning away. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. A lot of talk this week about ball security. In fact, they added an extra period in practice to be more secure with the ball. It didn't work out there.
Well, sometimes you just get overexcited during the game. You may all of a sudden make your catch, see some open field, and decide you're going for it, and not realizing that danger lurks while you're doing so. And there's your end result right there.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the...
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Able to spin free. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 47 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Rolling to his right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Dancing away at the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Sliding out of the pocket. Uses the spin. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Brandon, you know I'm all about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the first down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving. Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
On the move to his left. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. pretty good first down play. Keeps them ahead of schedule, as they say.
And ostensibly, they could go right back to it because there are multiple options on this play. Hand it inside, quarterback tucks it and keeps it, quarterback throws the ball downfield. You should be able to react to the defense and have an option available on every snap.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. Keyshawn Nixon now on the return. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And this is going to be a Bucs first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week. He's smiling. Extra point by York is up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So out come the Bucs now. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
not admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Big stop from a guy who can bring a big hit, Nick Bolton.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now, meanwhile, the final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now in Tampa. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. He'll return it from the 6. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. You just kind of feel for the defense right now. This deficit, they have not been able to stop them the entire game, Charles. And some hands on hips, some long faces out there on the defensive side. Oh, they're like, oh my gosh, we got to face these guys again here.
Yeah, people don't understand how hard it is when you're on the side that's being dominated to keep your head up and continue to play hard. And that's what they're going through right now, trying to find that pride inside of them to allow them to continue to fight, even though they are down huge in this game.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
That's multiple times now he's tagged them with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
They'll roll him out right. He stiff arms him. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jamison Williams from 4 yards out. And the Bears are on their way to a 2-0 start. I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Nixon now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space.
And there he goes, left side. Down the left sideline. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 53 yards. So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. Meanwhile, Prescott's throw taken in by Chark. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. From the red zone now, Prescott has his man. It's Shakir. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now a 2nd and 6. To the air again, Prescott. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And that is incomplete. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. On 1st and 10, Joseph eluding the pressure right. Oh, good footwork on the spin. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. On 1st down, Joseph steps away to his left. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
And this is a rarity in the NFL, a 100-yard game on the ground for a quarterback. Even as those passers get more athletic and mobile, we only see about 5 of these a season. It takes a special set of circumstances for it to happen, and of course, a special player.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They'll get 34 yards there.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
Keeps himself upright. He'll buy some time right. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. Joseph being chased. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Back to throw. Joseph dancing to his left. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with it. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And great coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Joseph out to his left. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Back now comes Tampa Bay. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A second down throw for Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
On third down, it's Prescott. A throw right side here going to be incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
This is taken at the 15. Breaks through the contact. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant.